Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today I want to present to you the results of my 60 Simulacrum farming project. And oh boy, this was kind of exhausting, not gonna lie. I don't really like Simulacrums too much, but with the price of like a 35 chaos a piece, there is just no way you will not make any good profit with it, right? Yeah, kind of. Okay, now actually it was pretty good. It was still exhausting, as I just said, because I was running all these 60 simulacrums in a matter of like 4 days or something. And especially today and yesterday, I think I did like 15, 16 simulacrums, just straight away blasted them. And then like a couple hours ago, I finished them. I did all the like cleaning up, turn all the div cards, sorting everything. And now I can give you guys the final result on what we got. So basically, as you guys remember, I have split it. I had an entire simulacrum tab where all the affinities are in here, from like currency fragments, div cards, essences, fossils, whatever there is to get. And I also have now, I think it was 19 or 20 quad tabs full of loot that is still for sale, which is all kinds of items, thousands of abyss jewels, normal jewels, enchantments, like whatever you can find in Sims is probably in there. So a lot of these things that are not, like, none of anything of that is actually calculated in my tabs. And none of these here either, which is a bunch of like 7 passive voices, 5 passive voices, so no 3s and no 1s, and still like, what is it, 12, 24, like 52 megalomaniacs that will also sell over time, also not included. So what is the final write-down of running 60 simulacrums? So as you remember, I did buy all of them in bulk for 35 chaos a piece, was a total of 2,100 chaos in total, with the divine exchange ratio of 1 to 230, and I kept it this way because at the moment divines I think is like 245, but to keep it realistic, I tried to keep the divine price the same throughout this entire project. And we made a total of 39,786.9 chaos orbs profit, which is about 173 divine orbs. This would mean that the average profit per simulacrum was about 663 chaos, which is about almost 3 divines, and that would relate to about 6 divines an hour. But there is a big... it's gonna be a lot more than that. This is just really the flat currency that I currently have in my stash that I just need to convert, like the over 3,500 chaos, 40 divines, a lot of like bubblegum currency and whatnot. All of this, including all of my over 4,000 scarabs, breaches, like essences, converted everything to make a good realistic price overview, is about 173 divines. But why do I say this is not even enough? Because this calculation does not include any of the 20 quad tabs that I have that will have sales in the next upcoming days. The way I do it is I have like 50 chaos cell tabs, right? And every day I put them lower by 5 chaos. So the 30 chaos tabs are the ones when I started this project. The 35 ones is like the second day, 40 is like the third day basically, right? And here you see 45 is like 6, 7 quad tabs, and then 50. That means yesterday and today I was farming the most of the simulacrum. So every day they're gonna get cheaper, and as soon as they hit 10 chaos, I'm just gonna vendor everything. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get like probably another 15, 20 divines out of that, that I will get on top that is not calculated in. As well as I do have some more expensive items, for example, some better items, 1 divine, 2 divine items that are also not included, that are also up for sale. So I wouldn't wonder if this number would actually rise up to about 250 divines, maybe actually a mirror worth of profit in the 60 simulacrums. And I want to go over why that is. Basically, don't forget the bulk selling aspect of the stuff that we can sell. And sorry if I sound a little bit like tired. I am tired. I'm still a bit sick, and it's like past midnight. I just finished all of this, and I just tried to get this like results video ready and up and done and running basically. Good. Let's take a look at the final write-downs. How did the currency distribution come from? 17,000, or at least better said, first we're gonna take a look at the waves, because this might be pretty interesting for you if you want to do this yourself. I was like writing down every single wave that I've done, and you're gonna see that in the start it was like a little bit hard, and then the further I got down, the more wave 30 completions or full Simulacrum completions did I get. And why is that? Simply because experience. I did not change the gear at all. This is still the same gear that I used in the beginning of this project. But as you see in the first like 12 simulacrums, I had only one single that I completed with wave 30. And the further we go down, the better streaks I had in completing them more and more often. This is just because I get more experienced as an EK player playing simulacrums. I got better in like dodging the stuff of Cosis, of Omniphobia, and the ridiculously overpowered, Soul Eater mobs that you can see or find in the Simulacrums, and they can get even harder than Cosis and Omniphobia together, actually. So, my average wave count was 28.53 waves was my average wave count. I did a total of 1,712 Simulacrum waves. And just as a side note, after doing 3 simulacrums, I already had 2,100 Chaos Orbs generated. That means after 3 simulacrums, I paid off all 60 simulacrums. That means from this point on, like basically 57 simulacrums were pure profit and only 3 were used were actually used to actually pay for the simulacrums itself. Good. Let's take a look at the overview. So currency is basically everything that is in my currency tab. All of this here, all of the exotic currency. Some of those things that you think like, yo, how the hell do you get Eldritch Chaos Orbs? And this is because of divination card turn-ins. I got over, I don't know, 1,500, 2,000 stack decks in total, and I opened all of them and turned in all the full stacks. I still have like hilarious amounts of divination cards, right? Some of them are very expensive, some of them just not. But that's where some of these like weird currency like lesser Eldritch Ichor or greater Eldritch Embers are coming from, if you're wondering. So yeah, that is about 78 divines of that. Fragments, we have 33.54. This basically includes a majority of scarabs. And here is the first big thing why this one could actually be over 50 divines. Just because the aspect of bulk selling, we have 4,000 scarabs picked up. And that means that I can bulk sell them on TFT, on trade website. The more you have, the more people are willing to pay. So there's gonna be a lot of extra cash once I start selling everything. Other than that, bunch of breachstones, nothing too special. 5 ways, a bunch of like uber fragments, and like 1,000 of whatever sacrifice scarabs, almost 500 offering of the goddess. Then we have essences. The way I dealt with the essences was you're only gonna drop shriekings, and maybe from incubators you get some higher ones, but I cleaned up everything and I converted all to deafening. They are less worth in total based when excellence calculates that, but realistically, who buys screamings in bulk? Nobody. So that's why I upgrade everything this way, and they also will sell for bulk in a greater good. Then div cards with a remaining of 17.43. The best one, as far as I can remember, was the Squire card. The Shield Bearer, Shield Breaker, this is like a 3.3 divine card. As I said, I opened all the stack decks, probably 2,000 of them. No House of Mirrors, no Doctor card, no Nurse card, no, I don't know, no House of Mirrors, no nothing crazy good. Which is actually good and bad. Bad for me, less profit, but good for you guys, because there was nothing special in this entire run. Neither did I have a Headhunter or a Mageblood or an insanely expensive build, nor did I have any crazy expensive drops like a 1 passive voices or a megalomaniac that sold for 100 divines. Nothing of that happened, so this is actually profit that you can the same way achieve as I did, basically. Good. Next thing we're gonna talk about is fossils. Nothing too special here. This will not sell in bulk at all. You know, maybe the prime chaotic resonators that I can get a couple more chaos out of it, but rest, you know, it's just fossils, you know, nothing too crazy here. Then oils, that was a lot of clicking, man. I had like 1,500 clear oils and 1,000 like whatever the second one is, and I clicked through everything and I converted everything up to crimson oil, and I got 36 black oil dropped, okay? So I upgraded everything until crimson, because I think this like the lucky chest one for blight runners, just to keep it simple, was only 266 chaos. Then catalysts, we have a lot. And catalysts will also sell in bulk because, 90 prismatic catalysts, they're going like 1 divine 22. So only these prismatics are like, got math, like 4.5 divines is just like this. The fertiles will also sell. Maybe I can like vendor recipe them up and get like even more fertiles or prismatic catalysts. That's about the these kind of things. And then incubators is also, I was using incubators non-stop, and this is the ones that I have left that I will then use in the further characters, in the further mapping experience or characters that I will use, and just see what else I will get out of it. And then when you talk about maps, and maps, I have a total of, I don't know, I think like close to 2,000 maps that I got from these kind of things, from like T2 until a bunch of like Guardian maps, unique maps. I actually forgot to put in the unique maps, but whatever, it's just gonna be a couple chaos anyways. But one weird aspect that I did not think was actually a thing, but now it is, if you take a look at all these maps, we get like 2, 3, maybe 4 of a certain map. But I have almost like, what is this, like 150 or 100, what is it, like 30 something Crimson Temple maps. And I was wondering, how the hell do I have so many Crimson Temples? Because it's a league mechanic, and league mechanics usually ignore your Atlas and everything in between, but apparently, since Crimson Temple is my favorite map, it actually calculates that in if you get a Simulacrum wave with where the treasure or the reward chest is actually maps, okay? So I dropped like 100 something, 130 or something Crimson Temples, and then a variety, a bunch of like all the other maps basically. The way I calculate this is like a half a chaos for maps until like tier 8, then 1 chaos, 2 chaos, and then when it comes to T14 to tier 16, which is the maps that you can then run with Searing Exarch influence and stuff, right? We get like 3, 4, and 5 chaos a piece. And then we also have a total of, what do we have? 39 Shaper and Elder Guardian maps, which are about 15 chaos a piece. And then Conqueror maps, also 17 pieces, with which go for about 30 chaos a piece. So everything combined, about 21 divines on that. And then we take a look at the sales. So these are the most expensive items that I found. Everything above like 1 divine or something I listed here. A split personality went for like 1.3 divines with strength and intelligence. I found like a bow dot cluster for 1.4 divs. A megalomaniac that sold for 5 divs, because all the megalomaniacs that I found, I just put in my 5 divines tab. Maybe they will sell tomorrow. I'm gonna put it to 4 divines, then 3 divines, 2 divines, 1 divines, and if they're not gonna get sold, basically I'm just gonna throw them into like some 50 chaos, whatever tab, and then let it go whenever somebody wants to have one of those, right? Then I had a total of 2 empower supports. They also sell for like 1.2 divines. I had 2 big drops actually in that case. I found 2 times the 3 passive item level 84 mana reservation efficiency small cluster jewel. They're going, the first time I found one, it sold for 4.5 divines, the second one for 5 divines. And on the last Simulacrum, I actually found the 12 passive minion damage one that sold for 3.4 divines. Total, I sold stuff for like 28.7 divines that were bigger than from my like dump tabs, quad tabs, and whatnot. And this basically should give you a good roundup. You don't need to do wave 30 every single time to make a good amount of profit. I just calculated the bare bones, nothing crazy, no bulk selling, no nothing, and I already have 173 divine orbs profit. And I know based on experience, once I start selling everything, I wouldn't wonder if I get close to a mirror or even get a mirror out of the entire project. And I think without any like Omega big drops, this is like a crazy good result. Still, at the end of the day, you need to know yourself if you want to go for simulacrums or not. It is quite time consuming. There is pros and cons. The pros would be you don't need to roll any maps, you know, you just like, you buy like 10 simulacrums, you just run them, you know, you bulk the 10, the loot of the 10, the more you run, the better it is, the more profit you can get out of bulk selling, right? But you don't have to worry about anything. You don't need to like collect your maps and do anything. You just go in, clear everything, and then just, or watch Netflix or do anything, watch a movie, and just auto AFK, basically farm the simulacrums and make a good amount of profit. The negative part is no league mechanic, or whatever you do, it's just simulacrum in the end of the day, you know? So if you like it, do it. If not, But for me, I just think like if I want to have a headhunter, what I want to have, for example, you know, I could just buy 40 sims, I just run them, I know I'm gonna make like 100 divines out of the 40 sims, and then I just buy my headhunter. There's just always the effort level you put in, and then you can farm something like a headhunter or magebot within like 3 or 4 days based on how much time you have. But there is no magic behind it. Just do it, just play the game, just kill monsters, just pick up stuff, sell it, and you're gonna achieve everything you want in this game. Good, I think that's enough talking. Was fun. I hope I'm never gonna do this again. I think they are still boring. And yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and see you on the next video.